So we're about to start our Purim Shpiel. It was written by Mark and I. Or I guess I wrote it, he edited it, he kvetched, and we made some changes. So, if you remember a few years ago, we did a Purim Shpiel where it was a year later, and Haman's ghost was trying to cause problems for the first Purim celebration. Well, this year the play is about Vashti. Queen Vashti is sent away very early on in the story, and it doesn't say what happened to her. So this tells the story of what went on with Vashti. So consider it midrash. Part of the story is that Esther and Vashti are actually childhood friends. And this is actually based on a commentary by the rabbis. Because when the advisor tells the king, you should take her crown away and give it to another one of her fellows, the word there used in Hebrew is re'ut, which can mean friend or companion or close one. So it's kind of based on that. And it's called Purim Noir. Hence the fedora. We made this a noir play. You ready? Does everybody know what a noir thing is?
Yeah.
Like detectives from the 1940s. Okay. We good to go over there? It was a dark and stormy night. The kind of night where the rain soaks into your bones and you freeze your tuchus off. That's when the dame came knocking on my office door. She was a real looker. Hair as black as Tisha B'Av, and legs as long as a day of fasting on Yom Kippur. She wanted to hire me, she said. That I was the best, she said. I'm Spade, Shmuel Spade, private eye. Told you she was a looker, didn't I? So, what does a dame like you want with a bloke like me?
Darling, I need you to solve a mystery for me.
What's your name?
I'm Queen Esther, but I don't want him to know that. I'd rather not say. Let's just go by my Instagram name, @MoreThanAJewishPrincess.
Okay. A mystery, eh? Well, I guess that's why you need a gumshoe.
A plot was discovered at the palace.
I heard about that. Bad news for the Jews. But it all worked out okay in the end.
It did. Everyone is blaming Haman, but I think there was someone else involved, and I want you to find out who.
It's going to cost you, sister. I don't just work for Mishloach Manot. That's Purim gift baskets. I got some Yiddishkeit, you know.
Money is no object. I could give you half a kingdom if I wanted to. You got it.
So I did my private eye magic. I paid off some snitches. I roughed up some wise guys in some dark alleys. I snooped through diaries, sifted through trash, and here's what I came up with. It all starts with Vashti and her girls hatching a plot.
Yo, Jezebel, can you believe that Esther is queen?
You gotta find my place. Oh, I want all the dirt. But we have to find Delilah first. She's gonna want to hear all this too. Delilah! Delilah, where are you? Delilah! Where's Delilah? I can't find Delilah. Way in the back. Delilah, there you are. You gotta hear this. Come hear this. Take off those goggles and hat. You just look silly, sugar. Come on up here, sweetie. We got to hear the story. She's a looker too, you know. Have a seat.
Yo, Delilah, what's up? Come. Sit down, have a seat.
Vashti. OMG.
I'm so sorry. That's not too bad, sugar. I was expecting a little less than that from you.
Yeah,
Dish the dirt, honey. We want to hear all about it, don't we, Dee?
Yes.
So feminine.
This is going to be better than Real Housewives of New Jersey.
well, you know that Esther and I have been BFFs for like forever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so when the king wanted to show me off to all his boys like I'm some kind of eye candy trophy wife.
He's all bros before hoes. He's all bros before hoes. We don't have any of that.
So I tell him, forget about it.
So he kicked you out of your crib, out of his crib, and gave the crown to Esther.
Can you believe it? I've always been better at everything than her. I beat her at President's Glee Club, prom queen, karaoke contest.
And now she stole your crown. Well, I can't take you anywhere, sugar. What's the matter with you, girl?
I've got to get it back. I've got to get it back, but how?
What if you got the king manner like he wasn't at you? And he turns you away. Boom! You sweep back in.
Absolutely. How should I do it?
Look, he wanted you to come, and you said no way, Jack. What if you got her to see the king, to ask to see the king? Then doesn't he like chop people's heads off or something if they come before him without being asked?
Jezebel, you are a genius, and I think I know the schmendrick to pull it off. Yeah. Leave the hair.
Keep the hair, we'll need it here. You have a recurring appearance.
You have some kind of appearance.
So one of the dopes that I roughed up in an alley was there when Vashti went to see Haman. He spilled the beans on what went down. Haman was full of pride. Full like everyone after a Pesach Seder. She was going to play him like a fiddle. I'm so upset.
Haman, dear, what's wrong? What's the matter? What's the matter?
Yeah, I'm upset. See, I'm upset.
What's up? What's the problem? What's the trouble?
I'm the king's top dog, see? Everyone here honors me, everyone, see? Everyone bows to me, except that guy Mordecai. He just stands there, see?
I know how you could get back at him.
How? The king might get mad if I had him rubbed out, see? I'd have to be all secret-like.
Well, I happen to know a little known fact about our dear friend Morty.
What?
Well, he's a Jew. You could go to the king and say that the Jews won't follow his laws and get him to wipe them out.
Yeah, I don't know. That sounds risky.
Oh, come on, Haman, it'll work.
The king might get mad at me, see? Let me think on it. Frustrated that she couldn't get Haman to go through with the plot, Vashti went back to her friends where they figured out how they could goad him on. It involved a little book and a dame plying her wares on an unsuspecting young lad. How'd it go with Haman, honey?
Not so well. He's a little reluctant. I need something to push him over the edge.
Let's see. I have an idea.
What's that?
I know a guy who works in the royal storerooms. He told me that there's a book of deeds that they keep there and the king's servants read it to him every night. So, So he said that there's a story in there about how Mordecai warned the king about a plot on his life. If we get them to read that story to the king, he'll want to honor Mordecai, and we could get the king to appoint Haman to do the honoring. Why, Haman will be fit to be tied. He'll go along with the plot then for sure.
Jezebel, you're a genius. Go get him.
I have to find Farouz. Farouz! Farouz, where are you? How can I find anybody? Farouz, bring your PAs up here. Farouz!
I'll just peruse the situation. What are we doing?
Remember that book you told me about, Sugar? Let's face the audience here. Basic theater. Remember that book you told me about, Sugar? We're going to go sneak into the royal storerooms to take a look at it.
We could get in trouble. Why should I do that? Huh?
If you do this for me, you might get a little prize from yours truly. I might even let you put a picture of us on Facebook.
Moons, Pop-Tarts. I don't know what that is.
A menorah? The king has a menorah in his wall?
There's no book in there. Unicorn.
Wait, that's missing lines here.
I'm missing lines. Where am I missing lines? Oh, yeah. Oh, he's.
They must have moved it.
Where would they move it to?
Well, there's an even more secure vault called the Black Vault. It's over there.
Oh, okay. Unicorn.
Hey?
This could, this could be something really strange. Oh, there's no book in here either. What are you gonna do?
Well, there's an extra secret vault where the king keeps his nicest stuff. Maybe it's there.
Where's that, Sugar?
Over there.
If the king has a vault and a black vault, what does he call this vault?
Big vault. Oh, it's called the Gray Vault.
Okay. Oh, here it is. Now what we gotta do is move the bookmark to the right and place Bob, the right place, and Bob's your uncle.
Farouz, thank you so much. Here's your reward. So, they read this story to the king, and he got Haman to honor Mordecai. Haman was madder than a drenched cat in a dog kennel. So he finally talked to the king. Mordecai wasn't doing anything about it though, so Vashti decided to push him along.
It's me, Vashti. I'm in disguise. Morty! Oh, Morty!
Morty,
Morty.
go up here.
Morty!
Come on up, Morty.
Morty! Morty!
Hi there, Morty.
Morty, oh Morty! I'm Sylvia Morgenstern. I just got back from Miami and I heard the news. Kill all the Jews. Where haven't we heard that before? I'm verklempt. What a shanda.
Again. I know, I don't know what to do.
It's obvious, Boychik, you gotta go to your cousin Esther and go before the king.
Yes, Sylvia, you're a genius.
Geh gesund.
But things didn't go as planned. Esther went before the king, but he wasn't upset. Vashti was in more despair than a bar mitzvah boy trying to learn the Torah.
Can you believe it? The king accepted her.
Can I give me a second here, buddy?
Can you believe it? The king accepted her.
No way. Delilah, come hear this. Hear what happened. Come on, Delilah. Yeah, bring your blonde self up here.
That's quite a little trick you got going on here.
Tell us the whole McGill?
Tell us the whole McGill.
She goes before the king. He doesn't cut off her head. He offers her the half the kingdom, and now she's throwing a party for Haman and the king.
Oh, Lordy, Lordy.
I failed. I'll never be queen again.
Maybe you could sabotage the meal. The king will be so upset with Esther that he'll get rid of her.
That's a great idea. I could disguise myself as the chef. What could I do?
I have an idea, sugar. How about we served Jewish food at the banquet? I've got this here CZA Abraham cookbook. Let's see here. We could serve Helen's latkes, and Abby's pineapple kugel, Roz's blitzes, and Julie's Zimmer's. The king will hate this stuff. You throw my script down. The party didn't go like Haman planned, nor did it go as Vashti planned. And make sure you hang that hawser high. What do you do with the scarf?
Your Highness, I'm so sorry that you're having a bad day.
Yes, my advisor was plotting against my queen, and I wanted to talk to you about that meal.
I know, it was horrible. It was all Queen Esther's idea. She insisted that I feed you Jewish food.
Horrible? No, I loved it. The food was fabulous.
What? You're not mad? You're not dumping Esther?
It was fabulous, I tell you. You did a great job. The Queen and I, in fact, are opening a kosher Chinese restaurant here in town. And we want you to run it.
What?
Yes. It's going to be amazing. It's going to have a nobility theme. It's going to be called the Royal Panda. We'll have menus that look like fancy scrolls with the royal seal on them, chairs that look like thrones, chandeliers shaped like crowns. And you know what the best part that you're going to love?
What?
You get to be dressed like a queen every day.
Oh, I like the vote.
Yeah.